Here to see if back-to-form Leeds feel the backlash of Widnes' home defeat against Leeds. Leeds also want revenge for the way Martin Afire swept them out of the Challenge Cup on this ground 9 months ago. Afire had far too much pace for the Leeds defence, and Widnes won convincingly.
Every player's got talent out there, and I just hope if they can relax and play with a smile on their face, I'm sure the results will come. And it's proved that we just won the last 4, so I'm hoping for a good performance today.
Well, one of the reasons why Leeds have won their last 4 games is the return of Gary Schofield to the form he was showing when these two teams met at Headingley 2 years ago. He's had a run of injuries, but now he's back, and so are Leeds.
Yeah, we've settled down a bit now. David Ward's brought a lot of team spirit into the side, and with the introduction of Craig Izzard and Craig Coleman, that's done the side hell of a lot of confidence. And I say we're just hoping we can keep on the roll now, what we have been doing for the past month.
6 weeks ago, Widnes were World Club champions. Since then, an unexpected decline. Defeats at Sheffield and Warrington, and last week at home to Leeds. Only 2 wins in 6 matches.
One, we've had a few injuries, well, a lot of injuries really, and the test series hasn't helped really. We've had 6 players in that all told. I think the second test we were training with only 8 players out.
Well, he's got 15 names today, all right. Martin Afire is back after an ankle injury. Paul Hume also returns, but Myler, Wright and Pike last week's win at Salford with a cheekbone fracture. Roy Powell was sub after test duty. Phil Ford is another Great Britain man returning. Ford had his critics after his performances against New Zealand, but Martin Afire has been among those singing his praises this week, and with good reason. The Widnes flyer is not only Ford's fellow Great Britain winger, he also remembers how the Leeds man brought off one of the tackles of the season to deny him a try in the cup match here in February. Well, the crowd wouldn't mind some more of that today. We have second division action and a new competition for you later, but now let's join our commentators David Watkins and John Hell.
It's Leeds to kick off. A big crowd at Headingley for one of the matches of the season. A nervous start for Widnes, but the ball was knocked backwards. And Leeds have come out firing on all cylinders here. Well, there's no doubt, David, I've just said one of the matches of the season.
Well, of that there's no doubt at all, and perhaps today a lot of questions will be answered on people like Devereux and Paul Moriarty in particular.
Kick by Tate. Now Warren Wilson is the fullback in the absence of the injured Gary Spencer, who had 9 stitches in a foot injury sustained at the very last minute of last week's game. Good open footballing side. Widnes certainly have won that reputation over the last couple of years, and I think the crowd here have come hoping for a really adventurous game.
Well, there shouldn't be any doubts about that, because you have people like Ford and Afire, you have Devereux and Carl Gibson and Gary Schofield, so already the options are tremendous for people to watch out for this afternoon.
The tackle that went in there was not to the liking of referee Tennant, the one on Moriarty. So Jonathan Davis will take the penalty, put it into touch. Joe Grimmer, he got 2 tries here in the Cup earlier this year. So he likes Headingley, and that's often on the players' minds. If they like a ground, they tend to perform better. It's David Smith. That's David Hume. Davies, Tate joins the line, slips a good one for Currier as well. He gets it away for Kebby. No way around there. Tate keeps the move going. It's forced back over halfway there by Carl Gibson. Davis will kick. And can he find a touch? I think he might do. Both sides are looking to open it up. What a strong run here by Vince Fawcett. He's a game lad, is this one. I'm told he's a tremendous sportsman at whatever he turns his hand to. Good cricketer, and he's a good athlete as well. Powell barges his way through the middle, offloads it. Dixon carries it on. Dixon goes for the line. Pulled down by Davis, but these are good moments for Leeds. He's just not going to hand for them. Schofield turns it back. Desperate defending for Widnes. And there'll be another 6 tackles as well, because Widnes actually managed to get a hand on that. Oh, Fire can't hold it. Gary Schofield might. Gary Schofield tries to put it down. Forced out. But Widnes really hanging on for all their might.
Well, that was really desperate tackling by the Widnes side then, but that's what the result of good backing up there. The man going straight, backing up the man with the ball, causing the defence all kinds of problems.
And when they wanted it, Widnes got it. Oh, that one spilled, and Gibson couldn't get there. The ball came off the foot, so now it's Kevy's turn to run. Oh, and here's another exciting young man, Brimer Kevy, pulled down on the halfway line, and we'll look to see if a penalty is awarded. One imagines it will be by referee Tennant. It is indeed, and Kevy says, "Come on." He was not at all amused.
You'll see exactly what happens here. Widnes trying to move up the ball out of all the... Kevy now takes the ball on the outside. Now he's got the pace to go on, but he knows the cover's going to get him. So he kicks ahead, definitely taken out.
Leeds have taken Carl Gibson off. He's kicked plenty this season. And he's kicked another one here at Headingley. So the game's first points belong to Widnes and to Jonathan David. Met head on, and he's off. Smith, I think it is. He's off. Well, there seem to be 3 of them met Huey Waddell head on. Now it's Moriarty. Well, Moriarty, Smith, both gone, have they? They're both walking towards the touchline, and I think they're both off. No, Smith's coming back on. Well, there was some confusion there, but Moriarty's gone.
What Leeds did, they took the ball straight on, he went down, but look at that, there was no doubts about that at all. That was a show, that was a sending off, but there's no doubt about that.
That's not 10 minutes either, that is off for the match. Huey Waddell must have felt that one, my goodness. It's like running into a rock.
Well, it absolutely floored him, and there's no excuse for that. I've no doubts that Moriarty got hurt earlier on in the tackle, and there's no way you can take revenge of that sort.
Devorty. Well, I think that's going to increase the temperature. That's a knock-on. This time last year. Phil Ford. Well, what can he produce? Well, there could be a gap over that side, and Fawcett takes on Kebby. Fawcett knocks off Kebby. Can't knock off Smith as well. Devorty. Coleman's kick. There's Great Britain's fullback. Lovely shot of Alan Tate that was, and the intense concentration required for Leeds. Now this is danger for them. Devorty goes through the gap himself. Oh, Devorty was only a stride away from making a critical break. Coleman, Dixon. Well, a pile driver of a tackle from Brimmer. The crowd then thought he used his knee. Izzard, and Izzard runs strongly for that line. And the first try of the game belongs to Leeds and to their substitute, Gary Lord. And they'll leave an aggro behind the line. But Lord, who's been on only a few moments, has a try. And Leeds have the lead.
Well, there's no doubt at all about this. This try is scored because of people looking for the man off the ball, not on the ball. Look at that. Didn't even go for the man, got out of it completely, passed it inside. Lord takes it on the burst, crashes over.
Well, Colin Maskell's boot has been extremely reliable in recent weeks. 7 out of 7 last week. And midway through the first half, he has the opportunity to give Leeds a 6-2 lead. As he prepares to kick, Widnes have their discussion, what went wrong, and Maskell surprises everyone by missing. Well, the errors in play statistic is going to be quite interesting. Both sides have put the ball down in good positions. Maskell, Coleman, and now Devorty. Oh, Devorty makes the break. He's only got one man in front of him, and the pass is good. Is he there? No, he was a bit short, but he's over this time. It's Izzard. He tumbled over the line. Good support play as well. Lovely break from Gary Devorty. Izzard knew exactly where he was going and followed him all the way. Sniffed out that try, and although he was hauled down, literally. Maskell has missed one kick from a very much simpler position. He's not missed this one though. Curled in at just the right moment. So his name's on the scoreboard and Leeds are in double figures. Today they're in trouble once more.
Well, yes, it must be worrying really for Jagger. As I said, he hasn't had the best of starts in this game, having a player sent off. But now we have an unfortunate incident where number 11 has just collapsed on the floor.
Well, we had an unnerving incident last week involving Ronnie Gibbs of Castleford, who was wandering around at one stage, obviously in a daze. And this is the other side, of course, of rugby league. It's such a fast and physical game these days, one does fear for the safety of the players. Well, there's certainly no incident leading up to that, but he does appear conscious, obviously, at the moment. Just waved as well to suggest he's going to be okay. It's good to know. Clever. Oh, very clever indeed. What good play by Mackenzie. He tries to kick on. And now Fawcett. What a good runner this lad is. He is a big, strong fellow, Vince Fawcett. And he certainly looks the part out on that left wing. Lord. Back inside. Good play. Dixon. Maskell now. And Maskell is hauled down by Davis. Another player is flat out. But it's all Leeds for the moment. Again, they swing it left. Wilson. It's Paul Dixon who is out of the game for the moment, just receiving treatment. Now Heron. Heron's found the way to the try line a lot recently. Coleman and Devorty. Once more Devorty. Goes for that line and Devorty came back. Oh, he can't pick it up now.
The better players.
Rimmer, that's a better one though, and Alan Tate was up in the line. A Fire's alongside him on the left. Can a Fire keep it? But he'll get it now, and the Fire keeps going. If he gets this one away, that must have been forward. It was. Well, that's the best we've seen from Widnes, really, in that Alan Tate joined the line perfectly. The Fire couldn't hold his pass though, but he was in a very difficult. That's Widnes' ball. Now Davis, they really need a little bit of magic from him maybe. A Fire, he's got a lot of room in which to work. Gives the pass now, and down this touchline goes Devereux. Back through the hands. Fire and Tate, tackled by Delaney. And the referee is going to give a booking to Paul Delaney. In fact, he's going to have 10 minutes as Delaney.
The ball is then flipped across the middle, just about to be dropped. Alan Tate picks it up and straight across the top head tackle. And again, the referee was on the spot. He knew what to do and he sent the fellow.
Mackenzie, Hume, bit of a looping pass, but David Smith takes it on. 4 tackles to go. Kenzie, he's got Paul Hume there. Now there might be a gap. Davis, out, and fires over. Martin of Fire, where did he come from? Wriggles over that line. The left winger bobbing up in the right centre position. And Fire's 22nd of the season could not have been better timed from a Widnes point of view. An amazing record this man has. Well, Davis has kicked one from a not dissimilar position. Can he do it again? Yes, he can. He's got his boots on today. And that sets us up for a grandstand second half. Oh, now danger right on half-time as well. Fortunately, Paul Hume was there, but yet again the touch judge is on. And, well, it's really bubbling over now. Oh, this is ridiculous. This is again not what we want to see in top-class rugby league. Too many players getting involved needlessly.
Well, it's all totally unnecessary.
Well, it's going to be another yellow card. I think for Craig Izzard and for Joe Grimmer. Well, it's been a half of total commitment, but not in every respect the way we wanted it. There have been some good tries, there has been some good football, there's also been some unseemly, unsavoury rugby league as well. Well, this is a man's game, there's not much doubt about that. And half-time here then at Headingley, those two tries for Leeds, from Gary Lord and from Craig Izzard, against one by Martin of Fire for Widnes, give Leeds a 10-8 interval lead. We'll be back with the second half after that.
There was a little bit, yeah. I think obviously it's the top of the table clash, and you know, the feelings in both sides are very high at the moment. It's a competitive game, and the lads want to win. So you know, it's going to be a bit rough and tumble, but obviously as long as people keep their heads, you know, it'll be a good game in the second half.
The Widnes coming back a little bit.
After the last sort of 5 or 10 minutes, they started to pick the game up again. I think that obviously Leeds have got to slow the Widnes play the ball down. Widnes are best when they're playing quick play the balls and attacking very quickly, and if we can slow them down a little bit, I think we'll get on top of them.
And briefly, what's your own future now?
Well, hopefully I'm playing in the A team on Tuesday. I think things will more or less be sorted out by Monday, so with a bit of luck I might come into the reckoning for a first team place next Sunday.
Lee, thanks very much. Let's see how today's 13 are getting on in the second half with John Howe.
That's good to hear. Everybody, I'm sure, wants to see Lee Crooks back in first team action. Let's have a look at the first half. It's not the easiest thing to do with two of these strapping chaps hanging on to either side of you. Coleman scurries away. Dixon, good little flip back. And they're keeping it spinning through the hands. Here's Devorty. Devorty's had a great game. And Devorty thunders towards that Widnes line. Inspirational start for Leeds in this second half. Paul Dixon, and Dixon might make it. He's got Heron in. Dixon couldn't, Heron could. And David Heron, well, the tries are rolling in now for the loose forward converted to stand-off half.
Well, they say do the thing simply, and this is exactly what's happened here. Whilst he's passed, he's just done the loop round. Perfect drawing and timing of a pass and the man.
Maskill has this chance to make it 16-8, and he's taken that chance. Leeds edge further away.
He passes, he runs into tackles, he does an awful lot with the ball.
Widnes are in trouble. Heron's a try. Schofield bounds over. And that's the old Gary Schofield. Coming up on the shoulder, timing the run to perfection, and he rolled over the line.
Well, it's important that Leeds now, there's more bounce to their play as well. They're moving the ball out quickly, and there they are, Schofield back on song, and that's what all Leeds are looking for. What a try.
And Widnes are in real trouble again now. They lost the ball, and from that moment on they were backpedaling and always in trouble. Leeds very much on song. And Maskell keeps them chirping. 22-8. A bit too high, but the referee didn't. Still, Maskell's made the break up the middle, and he's got support on his left. Here's Wilson. Kick ahead. Wilson and Schofield go for it. Well played by Jonathan Davis, who runs, tries to get away from trouble. Schofield nailed him near his own line, and he's penalised. Leeds certainly look capable of adding more tries, especially when Devote is in control like this. Have another 3 tackles yet. And they're spreading it left. Heron cuts inside, and David Heron, he's got a taste for tries. He's wriggled over once again. David Heron, 2 in a match for him. Leeds had a standoff half here for many, many years. John Holmes, who is a real favourite of the crowd, and since David Heron has moved up from number 13 to the number 6 jersey, he's rediscovered the art of try scoring, and not quite this time. Straight into the crowd, but not between the sticks. It's still a very healthy lead that the home side have, though.
Well, Widnes, they've lost a lot of balls, and of course Leeds have really been on song. Some of their movements have been class to watch.
There are chances here. Schofield goes, confronted by Kebby. Gibson tries to turn Courier inside out. Schofield takes it on. Still Schofield, 25 yards out. Lovely flowing move from Leeds. Still almost quarter of an hour to go. As Leeds come looking for that gap, and Heron once more wheels it back inside. Wilson. Now Devote. This is the last time. Maskell. Coleman goes for the drop goal, and rather inauspiciously. Fawcett. Oh, excellent running from Vince Fawcett, and he might just make it all the way. He's inside Kebby. Kebby got well back. He got past Mars, but he couldn't get past Kebby. Spirited run from Fawcett. And eventually they get him up. Maskell, Devote, Schofield. Surely no way through there. And a good strong run from Fawcett. You can tell he meant to get a try then. Coleman shows it, gives it back. They've just kept going with Delaney. Delaney manages. Oh, I thought that Lord might have got in. Last tackle again. So are they going to throw it, or are they going to kick it, or is Gary Schofield going to add a drop goal to his collection? No. So they really have taken Widnes apart at times, albeit they were down to 11 men when they got a couple of their tries. Now Critchley does find a gap, he's got a Fire alongside him. A Fire, this go all the way. They will not stop Martin a Fire. There is nothing to beat raw speed. Excellent try from a Fire. Who throws the ball at Carl Gibson. Not a lot of need for any of that. He'd got the try, that was all that mattered. And you really should stay away from things like that. His speed is awesome.
Well, this is what Widnes have been waiting for. They've been looking for the gap to open up in midfield to let loose Martin a Fire. It doesn't really happen. Critchley has come on the second half. He does just that. It gives him the opportunity. He rounds with ease the full-back. Now watch when he goes over here. Carl Gibson definitely, although he does show off a little, he does really step on top of him there, and a Fire got up rather nasty to say the least.
And Davies misses across the face of the goal. So it's 26 points to 12. Widnes still have a lot. 7. It's the highest scrum count I ever remember on the programme. And here goes a Fire once more, and a Fire, he could go the length of the field. He's got an awful lot to do still. Phil Ford's coming over. Phil Ford does pull him down. Memories of last year for the the season. He's
Well,
done it
just
again.
watch this. We're always waiting for the player to have these runs. The crowd rise to the feet when he has the ball. Now he senses another opportunity, and you have to reward him for that, because he comes in off the wing now looking for play. He leaves the defence floundering. Gibson can do nothing about it. Everybody else seems to have given up the cause, but not Phil Ford. Look at this.
Yes, Ford hasn't had the happiest day on attack. He's spurned a couple of chances to try scores, but he served his side well on that occasion. And Leeds are still in the possession with Devorty. Colossal punt. Good take by Marsh. Kebby. Now his turn to kick forward. Bravely done. And Coleman just couldn't quite elude Brian Kebby. Here's Heron once more, making inroads. It's the Leeds win. 26 points to 12. And the quality of the football shows in the smile of the face of David Ward over there. He'll be delighted. He goes to shake hands with a disappointed Dougie Lawton, I'm sure. But there is no questioning the merit of this Leeds victory. Smiles on all the faces of the Leeds players. A memorable day for them. Not so memorable for Widnes. They've been beaten by 26 points to 12.
Well, David, loose forward, the stand-off half, and scoring tries as well.
Yeah, it's a bit different. It's usually the other way around, I think. Usually end up in the forwards from the back.
Well, do you think Leeds now can go on to even greater things?
Yeah, most definitely. The team last month or so has turned the corner, and we've got the injury problem sorted out. And I think we're trying to get better now. We're getting a bit of confidence. The spirit's right, as you've heard. And we've got confidence, we've got spirit, and we've got skill. And with the team's got all them three things, we can do the business. Well done. Thanks, Dave.
Frankie, very much seem to be enjoying life here at Leeds.
Yeah, they're a happy bunch of blokes here, and it makes it a bit easier to enjoy football. So, no, I think I was starting to play a bit better because the blokes are sticking together, yeah.
The team wasn't doing all that well, in fact, when you arrived. What do you think has made the difference over recent weeks?
I think probably because we've kept the side together, the nucleus of the side together, and we're just playing week as it comes, you know, we're not planning ahead.
All credit to the boys. They've had to weather a lot of unnecessary treatment, I believe, today, and it's not the winning, it's the way that we've won today. We've tried to play football.
It was an incredible match in many ways, wasn't it? I mean, it just never stopped.
It was a good game, it was a great game. The pace of it, the physical contact, and the skill involved were absolutely tremendous, and fair credit to these, but I'm proud of every one of them.
Roy, I think everybody on Scrum will be pleased to see that you're okay. Can you just tell us what happened at that moment in the match?
Well, we had kicked up, sorry, we'd just scored and they'd kicked off to us. And Phil Ford was taking the ball in, and I'm just running round and I go really dizzy, and that was it. That's all right.
You spoke to the doctor obviously about it. What's his verdict?
Well, Stuart says I swallowed my tongue and I went down, then I started panicking. But I'm really conscious. I can remember basically everything what happened. Yeah.
Do you feel all right now?
I feel all right now, yeah.
Here are the day's statistics. Leeds had a massive pull in the scrums. Colin Maskell took them 17-8, and he won 2 consecutively against the head when Widnes had to withstand a lot of pressure. Both sides came out fired up in the first half, but settled down later, as reflected in this penalty count. Leeds conceded 8, Widnes 6, and all but 3 of those penalties were awarded in the first half. Well, there are far more errors than anyone expected, and it must be a long time since Widnes put down 22 passes. Leeds made 16 handling mistakes in a frenetic match.
George Hotel, almost a century ago, northern clubs broke away from the rugby union. Huddersfield's Harold Wagstaff was one of the very first stars of the new game of rugby league, captaining the team which won 3 successive championships. Then there was Albert Rosenfeld, whose record of 80 tries in a season helped earn him a place with Wagstaff in the Hall of Fame. Huddersfield was still a force to be reckoned with in the 50s. Peter Ramsden's second try clinched victory over St Helens in the Challenge Cup final of 53. But since this team won the championship in 1962, no major honours have come to Fartown. Today's fans have got used to hard times in the 80s, calling the ground Arena 84 and the team Huddersfield Barracudas solved nothing, of course, just as the diehards had warned. They never liked it.
It hit me really below the belt. There was no way we could accept Barracudas. It's a true tradition. Fartown is the name. It's Huddersfield Rugby League Club, but Fartown.
And now even the programme sellers have caught the new mood of optimism at Fartown. after a rescue by a three-man consortium.
To bring respectability and pride back to these famous colours of Claret and Gold is what we seek.
And the first man to make an impression in those famous colours today was centre Anthony Edwards, taking advantage of an ambitious Nottingham pass to register an easy try. Simon Kenworthy's conversion completed the first half scoring. At least Huddersfield's oldest fan, 91-year-old Norman Clayton, was watching a winning side again.
In 1984, I sat over there on an empty dustbin, and there was only another handful of people, and I thought that this club was going to finish before I finish. But with the coming of the present main men, they took it over, put some money in. I've seen it 3 births.
Well said, and no doubt he approved of the next try. The forward set the platform, Andy McIntosh romped in. Another goal, 12-0, and within 4 minutes the Fartowners were there again. Edwards releasing Ian Thomas, and his dash and verve are all too much for the opposition. No goal that time, and it was Nottingham on the scoreboard next. Martin Kemp's strength opened the way for Chris Willis to get the touchdown. No goal there either, and although Nottingham scored the game's last try through Kemp, Huddersfield recorded their 6th straight win, 16 points to 10.